I'm Rob Braun. A judge hears closing arguments today in the case of a 16-year-old transgender teen trying to avoid a return to their parents' custody.
They want their child in Christian conversion therapy against the teenager's wishes. Larry Davis is live now with new developments in a story Local 12 News was first to break. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Cammie. Well, right now the Department of Jobs and Family Services is overseeing this case where the child seeking to transition to another sex wants to stay with his grandparents. Now, final testimony in this case was closed to the media today, but it was open for closing arguments. The parents of the child becoming fighting the child becoming transgender, and it has been documented that the child had been forced to listen to Bible scriptures inside a room for several hours. There have been testimony from Children's Hospital therapists who say the child was at risk for suicide had they returned to their parents and had they not received hormonal therapy. Now, they say that this would be in the child's best interest to be with the grandparents. Here are some of the highlights of today's closing arguments. First, we're going to hear from the attorney for the biological parents.
Really supposed to get custody unless the parents are unfit. Parents have been extremely concerned about the well-being of their child, especially if this therapy were to begin.
Legal custody to the maternal grandparents. We think that's in the child's best interest. That's where the child's safest. Everybody in the room agrees that that's the spot for physical custody to be, and we're asking also for legal custody, for the paper to say when the child sees the paper, yes, grandparents have legal custody.
And Cammie, the attorneys for the grandparents also want the right to allow the child to change their name to the name that they want. Right now, they say that when that child hears its birth name, hears their birth name, that it triggers a very negative emotional reaction. Now, also, they say the grandparents would support hormonal replacement therapy. They say that's key before the child turns 18. And the attorney for the grandparents told the judge today that we want to look forward to the child becoming 18 and also going off to college. We do not want to plan a funeral, which they say could happen in the event of a suicide based on the factors involved in this case. Live in downtown Cincinnati, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Cammie, back to you.
Okay, Larry, thank you. Now, the judge did tell attorneys for both sides that she expects to have a decision on February 16th.